successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Infiltration successful. Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
It's just research and development platforms tonight.
Be careful down there, boss.
Everything. Weird. I can do that with my female characters and the camera doesn't notice, but I do it with Snake and the camera notices. I don't understand that. Closing in on that 2 million stockpile. I don't buy staff or anything anymore, so my PF points are just stockpiling. It's the highest it's ever been. Okay. Now, research and development doesn't give a lot in terms of resources other than precious metals, but you can do quite a bit with what it gives you. Okay, let's do that one. Now, North Atlantic is most likely the easiest platform to do, not just for getting to the core platform, but for doing no traces. You can, I can't count the number of times I've done this layout without shooting anybody. Features just one pinch point, in that there's a guard here and a camera here and a sniper up here. If you can figure out to deal with those three pieces, you can walk the rest of the way to the core. So that's something to bear in mind when you start. The first two platforms are essentially a gimme, especially on long range. So we'll start with that. As always, it's a little bit of history and a little bit of experience, a little bit of luck. Our loadout remains the same from last night. The grade 7 shotgun. In my experience, you don't need a back weapon on R&D, especially on this particular layout. There's no overriding need for it. And unlike with combat, where you have UAVs that circle the top of the platform, you don't have to worry about that in R&D. But I carry it anyways, just because. You can carry a non-lethal if you want, but I don't do a lot of headshots on this platform. I don't need to. The gaps in long-range security are wired in such a way that you spend more time engaging guards that don't do anything to you than you do getting past them. So I don't need to use that on standard basis. On long range, yes, you would need something like this. But for now, we're just going to carry the usual, the big gun. Now that gun, of course, can take out a power box from the third platform without a problem, if you know how to aim right. Okay, secondary, the grade 7 riot pistol has the benefit of having not just its resource costs covered. It comes in very handy for this layout if you want to shoot somebody or get yourself out of a jam. I've done a lot of work with this pistol on this platform. Since we're using Snake, since not everybody uses characters, I'm going to stick with a stun arm from last night, but strictly speaking, it's not necessary. I don't use it a lot on R&D. Only if I want to fulfill that first task of getting getting 5 guards neutralized. But it's not necessary. But I'm going to use it anyways. It's only, what, 4K? 3700. So it's a nice little backup weapon. Support weapons, smoke grenades always. Sleep grenades. It's rare that I use these, but I always carry them no matter what. Always. I will find a use for them one way or another. Stun grenades, I've upgraded them to the grade 5s because we're doing precious metals. So we're getting precious metals back. So we're not, we're spending whatever we're spending on precious metals, we're going to get back at the end of the mission. And these are very powerful. They work on up to grade 7 battle dress. And very handy. I use them, like last time, I used them as distraction weapons. And petrol bombs for custom mines, which we may or may not use. I just carry them because. Okay, items same as last night. Night vision, smoke box, and Nocticine in grade 5. Tools, wormholes. I like to extract the mortar that's at the top of the platform, for both for espionage points and increasing my PF score, because the more items you have, the better your score is. So I use wormholes. And of course, the ubiquitous standard combat fatigue squares, wear metal concrete surfaces to blend in, making it harder for the enemy to spot you. So you can wear squares, you can wear any one of the colors that apply. How you doing, Julio? Good to see you. We're going to start with squares for now. No bandana. 0600. Now I picked the far start point because it's the easiest. On this North Atlantic layout, you get essentially a free shot to the bridge. So
successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
okay.
Be careful down there,
Stairs. Excuse me. And stop. So we got a free shot at the bridge. Now as we crouch walk, the whole concept of timing comes into play, because occasionally there will be a guard right where my crosshairs are, but if you walk fast, or if you walk normally, you can get by him without having to worry. So we'll go underneath, and there's, more often than not, there'll be a guard right there. Stay away from our anti-theft devices. And we can walk past everybody. Now this third platform, we have two problems. One, the camera's going to zoom in close, and two, this is where we have our pinch point. So I'm going to come into the cylinder farm. There's a camera there. And there's a guard. Got lucky. I didn't know he was there. There's usually a guard there. Sometimes there's two. we didn't get a chance to mark the UAV that's floating around the top of the platform. But again, as you can see, the crouch walking is very useful in terms of your timing. So always take a look at the catwalks above you, and if you see somebody, you can mark them. Now when you get into this corridor, switch to your shotgun and use an octo right about here. So there's nobody there. And I'll turn it off. Just in case there's cameras or anything goes crazy. Now don't forget, if you shoot that decoy, that sends a defender notice. And if you haven't made a soft alert yet, you can hop the pipes and climb up to the top. Now this route that I'm using is 98 out of 100 times is foolproof. On bases that don't have custom mines, this is the easiest method for me to get to where I need to go. Switch to the riot pistol. And 1 and 2. Steal the mortar. And we hit the core.
Infiltration successful.
Nobody knows we were there until it's too late. So what we spent in deployment costs, we more than get back in rewards. So the deployment costs for the riot pistol, the Serval, and the shotgun are all covered. The wormwood goes towards the riot pistol as well. So technically speaking, I don't need sleep grenades. They're essentially a waste, but I carry them anyways because they're so inexpensive. And that is your easiest R&D platform by far. I've done more North Atlantic R&D platforms than I can count. It's the layout works against snipers. If you're in the mood for not attacking anybody, that's the map to take. Now, on occasion, the game will insert specialists into your R&D team, even though you already have them. There's nothing you can do about that. I've had my specialists locked for a long time, and I still get them. So there's no two ways about it. You're going to get them no matter what. take up space, but the rest of my unit is all S++, so just comes with the territory. But bear that in mind. All my specialists are direct contracted, but I still get them no matter what. So just one of those nutcase things the game does. Okay. So we'll try again. Okay. North Pacific Precious Metal. You see this platform a lot. I don't like this platform for more than one reason. While it is easy, quote unquote, to get through, this second platform can cause a lot of problems in so many ways. And I'll go over those as the evening goes on, because I'm going to come through this platform a lot. At long range, I would recommend using your non-lethal loadout, because it is very easy to trip out a soft alert. And once that soft alert goes on this platform here becomes the killing ground, because it's all open on the left side, on the non-crane side. There's 3 snipers, or 4 snipers, excuse me, and they have good vision to see you when you're on the bridge. Now, snipers on the core platform are a waste of time. You can get around them. That's not a problem. They're essentially point targets if you want to boost your espionage score, because there's only 2 that matter that you can see, and they're on the crane. You can take them out with relative ease. But this third platform can be very difficult sometimes. So on long range, we're going to go with the non-lethal loadout, or the long range loadout. Okay. And the riot pistol. Everything else is the same. 5. Okay, again, I'm using Snake because not everybody uses characters, so we have a little bit of an edge. But you know, he's the lowest common denominator. He's the 1.0 soldier that everybody has. Oh, 600. I don't do missions at night. I haven't done missions at night for a long time. I've done comparisons of the same layout during the daytime and at night. I can get through during the daytime much easier. So, but obviously you have to choose on your own if you want to do that.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Okay.
Be careful down there, boss.
So we'll run to our white line, like always. Get our pistol ready. Switch to the sniper rifle. Now, as before, I prefer not to shoot people. So we're going to try it the first time without shooting people.
Let's go. Contact! Hostile!
That failed. So we're going to get a soft alert shortly.
CP, this is Zulu-1. I see smoke. Could be enemy activity. Over. You okay? This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
But we have a secret weapon. Okay.
All fire teams, this is CP. We may have a situation. Whoever's closest, go check it out. CP, this is Delta 3. Heard an explosion. Location unclear. Over. This is CP. Understood. All units, stay on guard and find any intruders. Out.
This is why I don't do this. I'm rusty. Okay. So while they're searching for the explosion, we can move forward. On camera. Okay, here's our other problem. That camera is covering where we need to go. So you gotta watch out for that on the ground. Really? Okay. So it's a very slow process, which is why I really dislike this. Thanks, Fox Engine. Come on, man, really?
CP, this is Delta 3. Arrived on scene. Starting a check of the area. Over.
Okay.
CP, understood. Watch for anything suspicious. Out. CP, this is Delta 3. Get a check of the scene. There's nothing here. Over. This is CP. Understood. Return to your post. Over.
So it becomes a lot more work to get to the core platform, but the principle remains the same. Turn the power off. And take the same route that we took before. Here's one little benefit of the riot pistol. You can shoot through the gratings and it'll knock them out. How are you, Naomi? I don't hear anything, so I don't know what I'm... Whoops. Uh-oh. Soft alerts, there'll be a guard up there. So we gotta pay attention. We can hang on the pipe and wait for the UAV to pass. Does it crackle when I speak, or can you give me a description? One round left.
Infiltration successful.
Okay. I don't know where my other microphone is. How about now? Too bad. It's what sometimes using old equipment will turn around and bite me on the rear end. So give me 1 second while I look for something else. I don't know where I put it at. Okay. How does it sound now? Does it sound like, does it still have the crackle? Okay, I know what it is. It's my, I think it's my sweater that's rubbing against the microphone. How does that sound? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. Okay. 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 South Pacific. This platform can be a little difficult at times. The main reason is that there are normally two snipers that are on this area here, and if the one on there's one here and one here. If the one station here is looking the right way, he'll see me. Okay. I'm gonna switch microphones. See if that changes anything. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't know. Okay. Pardon me while I iron out these technical difficulties. It's also raining here in California, so there may be some electricity in the air. Okay. One, two, three. Okay, different microphone. How does that sound? I'm gonna have to invest in a microphone in the new year. Okay. Thanks, Naomi. I appreciate that. Okay. Really? Yeah, this is the excuse me, the PlayStation, the original PlayStation 4 microphone that's plugged into the controller. I increased the sound level from the last time I used it. So, okay, I'm gonna do this bass just because it looks kind of funny. I'm gonna see what they have here. This doesn't look right, and maybe we'll get a flaming buffalo out of it. Okay, so it's North Atlantic. Again, our easiest, quote unquote, platform to use. Mid-range. Very, very nice. Okay. Now, of course, the rewards for this platform are also particular for the Hand of Jehudi, both the precious metals and the black carrot. So if you want to use the Hand of Jehudi on this platform, you'll get your deployment costs back. But as I've said before, not everyone has like the grade 7. So that's a little more advanced.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture
Actually,
staff from them.
that's a lot
Looking
more
forward to
advanced.
meeting the new recruits, boss.
So I'm not going to do that today. Fiddle with that another time.
Be careful down there, boss.
Same spot as always. There's everybody. Okay, so there's actual S ranks on here. Handy. Okay. How are you, Chris? Good to see you, Jay. How are you? I didn't notice that earlier. Sorry. Well, Chris, tonight I'm teaching people my version of how to invade FOBs using tactics that I've come up with. So that's all we're going to be doing today is R&D. Last night I did combat. Tonight is research and development. Tomorrow is base development. Friday is support. So if you want to learn, this is the place to be. Okay, this guard here, stationed here, whether there is mid-range or long-range. Now, I was asked the other day about which weapon do I use. If I were to shoot him with the shotgun, like that, he flies backwards, and he would be in view of the camera that's there. So I'd have to use a smoke grenade to cover my path. So normally what I do is I would use a riot pistol or a gas round on it, and they'll fall straight down. So keep that in mind. That's what, you know, that comes with choosing what weapons to use and everything else, and you learn that as you go. So I'm not a fan of support. Support has problems, but I'll tackle it. If I were a betting man, I'd say that S Plus is at the top of the platform. We'll see. so
Calling off the search. Over.
always turn the power off.
Stay on the alert. Out.
Unless you're being chased, then leave it alone. Take your chances. On bases with custom cameras, turn it off at all times. If you don't encounter the camera in this corridor, turn it off. Because it's somewhere else and you don't want to get caught at the very end. Okay. Dry pistol. Guy's going to stop right here. Gonna turn. Get some sleep, buddy. Now, of course, with Snake, he's got the climber skill, so pipes are not a problem. And Malco, make sure there's nobody up here, and jump across. Because I marked that UAV as it made its circuit around the platform, I can either outrun it or wait. And if you do the crouch walking like I do, if you are quote unquote on schedule, you will get to this ledge when it reaches that point where it's at right now. So you can wait it out, leaving the base undisturbed. You don't have to go silent or go to sleep. You can just lay there and it'll bypass you. Shotgun. Oh crap. I'm up here for nothing. I'm not going after that one. Steal the mortar for the espionage points. And that's it.
Infiltration successful.
Now the North Atlantic platform, which we just finished, is the easiest platform to do no traces on. I don't care. That's fine. You can literally go through the entire four platforms without getting off a shot, especially on long range. Just that third platform pinch point is the only stick in the mud, I guess. So other than that though, you can get through without any problems. So how you doing, Juan? Good to see you. Okay. South Pacific. Long range, non-lethal. This layout has just the one big problem, and that's at the very beginning. Like I mentioned before I switch microphones. 2 snipers on this platform here, one here, one here. The one that's stationed here, if he's turned the right way, he will see you as you run towards the white line. So I'm going to hug the grate that's on the floor and dive towards the gutter that's over here instead of towards the containers that are here. It's a subtle difference that makes all that can really affect how you get through that first platform. So plus SB, nothing else changes. And of course, since we're using Snake, we get the fast running. I didn't mention this before. I only thought of it today while I was watching last night's stream in review. If you walk on grates, your camo index goes to hell in a handbasket. Guards can see you if you're crouch walking on a grate better than they can see you on the bare
sneak your
deck.
way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB. You can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Yeah, it's just R&D. So we're doing the same thing as last night. Different platform layouts, different force settings. I'm on PS4.
Be careful down there, boss.
So switch to our plus SB. Go up the stairs. Stick to the brake and dive. And we literally crawl into the gutter. That guy right there, paying attention. So you want to minimize that. Curl around and keep walking. So, Chris, I'm currently ranked 30th overall in the PS4 standings. And I've done this FOB mode for 2 years now. Maxed out everything. I've developed all the weapons and the items. Hey, Jibby, how are you? Good to see you. Got a legendary player in our midst. Now, these guys here, they pay attention, but as long as you keep walking, you can get past them and then go down underneath. There's a sniper up there. We're not going to worry about it.
Defend your position. Out.
And I'm going to do the same thing that we do on combat platforms. We're going to wait it out. So, guy takes a sweet ass time.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you better not worry about it. And stop. Okay. And we keep walking. There's the guard up there. I'm gonna mark him because he can have an effect on how we do. I gotta wait for this guy to, this UAV to. Uh-oh.
All units. Special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
Security cams picked
That
up a
yellow
man.
light on, I can't move.
Unit, go investigate. CP, this is Delta 3. Investigating now. Out.
Hurry up. I'm doing okay. I'm teaching people my way of doing business. I'm trying to anyway. Sometimes I fail. And we'll drop down and keep moving. So they're on soft alert now, but it's not going to help them.
All units. Special alert. Defend
Yes.
your positions.
It's absolutely dangerous for you. Again, the UAV that circles the top, always mark it. Always. Because of the route I take.
Check it out.
Quiet. Excuse me. People like to hide their cameras up here.
CP, this is Delta 3. We may have an intruder. Going on alert. Over. This is CP. Understood. Watch for anything suspicious. Out.
So we'll go up our normal method. Now I personally do not like to use the stairs.
All units.
It doesn't do anything for me.
Defend your positions. Out.
And curling around that top deck or that top staircase and getting to the top of the platform, I have always had trouble with that, so I don't use the stairs. And I'm not accomplished enough like JMF or some other pro players who like to get out through that stuff over there. I don't like that either. No. I don't like to play PvP at all, actually. I'll do defenses, but that's it. I don't like to kill people. I'm a ghoster. I'm not a killer. So I'm laying flat, but I'm not stealth prone. That's all you need to do.
CP, this is Zulu 7. We may have an intruder. Going on alert. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let your guard down. Out. All units. Special alert. Defend your position.
Okay.
Out.
Well, let's clear that first objective, since we've knocked out 3 people. And take the mortar. 4.
Infiltration successful.
So, Divvy, what I normally do is I ghost bases, usually with low rank staff, earn volunteers. I don't seek out defenders. So PvP is not really my thing. I'm not very good at being the intruder trying to evade a defender. I've done it on more than one occasion, but it's not really my thing. I'm trying to teach people how to do platforms, different layouts and force settings and whatnot. So, because people ask me all the time, how do you do this? How do you do that? So I've started a new series on how to infiltrate. And when you've done as much as I have, you're doing it just for the love of the game. So let me come back to that one. I'll find something else. Indian Ocean. Here it is. Finish that one. Oh, close. Sick. 50. Okay, that's our next candidate. Okay, so there's no containers on this base. It's North Pacific, mid-range, and we can tackle that with the regular mid-range setup. Now because it's mid-range, you have more freedom, and I'll show you how that works in your favor. If you watched the last time we played this layout, I caused a soft alert and things went completely haywire. But I still made it because I have my non-lethal sniper rifle. Well, if you cause a soft alert here, it's more forgiving. There's more space for you to move. So we have some room to operate.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Again, always the far start point. You just brush these guys aside. You don't need to engage them. Not yet anyways. Okay, more often than not, you will see a camera here. All you gotta do is one smoke grenade. You can smoke this guy if you want. Excuse me.
Smoke. Possible enemy sabotage. Over. This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
Excuse me. Now the reason I use that barrier as a screen is that the UAV will come up right over there. If I were to walk down the path normally, it would see me. So I use that as a screen.
CP, this is Delta 6. I'm seeing smoke. There may be enemies in the area. Over.
Okay.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security.
I get that UAV marked. That's our most important thing.
Nearest unit, go investigate.
Throw a smoke grenade at the camera.
CP, this is Delta 9. Grenade! Appears to be an enemy force. Over. This is CP. Understood. Stay alert. Smoke out the enemy. Out.
Of course, on mid-range, anti-theft devices don't really matter.
Picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
Normally you stay away from them, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. Get that guy marked. If you see any guards on the catwalks, mark them. That way you know, because you're walking around a 3D cube. How are you, Gloomy? Good to see you. Just look at me. Anyway. Now here's where the grade 5 stun grenades come in handy. I'm gonna throw it this way.
CP, this is Solo 7. Search complete. No sign of hostiles. Over.
Where you going, you coward?
CP, understood. Stay on the alert. Out.
Fine. Knock him out.
CP, this is Solo 10. There was an explosion. Please advise. Over.
So the explosion disorients them. They don't know where they are.
Smoke out the enemy.
They don't know where the enemy is. Oops. Second time I've done that. It's all in the reflexes.
This is Zulu 4.
Back curtain.
Arrived at scene. Beginning check. Over. CP, understood. Keep your eyes open.
Okay, have a good night, Jibby. Sleep well. Okay, I'm gonna outrun it this time.
CP, this is Zulu 4. Took a look, but there's nothing going on here. Over. This is CP. Understood. Return to your post.
It's gonna pass right by and not gonna worry about me. Always steal the mortar. It sends a defender notice, but it's too late. Sorry.
Infiltration successful.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okay. That was good. That was good. A little bit of everything in that one. Now, research and development does give out a pretty fair amount of volunteers, S++ volunteers, as long as it's level 39 or higher. Just like we did 3 hours. Yes, it can. The UAV camera can see you if you climb the pipe. So I'll circle around to put the pipe in front of me so the camera can't see me. Excuse me. I'm not making any headway here, but I don't care. R&D is... if you do not have your processed precious metals maxed out, it'll all go into your unprocessed category. Keep that in mind. Ooh, that is ugly. That's what we're here for. Okay, in your favor, it's, or in our favor, it's mid-range. That's why you turn the power off, so no cameras can see you. Okay. Everything remains the same. No changes. No 600 always. Excuse me for 1 second. Sorry.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Okay. This is Indian Ocean.
Be careful down there, boss.
Too late, buddy. I'm right behind you. So there's a camera there, guard. Through the bulkhead there's another camera. So we'll use what I term the base development style of misdirection. Okay. I was trying to decide what to use. Take what the camera gives us, and we're going to cut around and turn.
Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
Now, here's our pinch point. UAV is going to go off. And we have a little bit of space. We have to wait. Once that UAV starts moving, then we can move. Use an octo to see where everybody is. If this were long range, I would go underground. So UAV. I tried to shoot him, but I missed. That's fine. I'm all riled up. So I'm looking at the catwalks. Looking up for cameras.
CP, this is Delta 4. Just saw a suspicious person.
Octo.
Gonna check it out. Over. This is CP. Understood. Keep your guard up. Out.
Hey!
I shot him in the leg. I always turn the power off. Shot a man in the face. How about that?
CP, this is Delta 9. No sign of the enemy. We're calling off the search. Over. This is CP. Understood. Keep your guard up. Out.
All fire teams, this is CP.
Nobody up there?
UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate.
I mean, there's obviously different ways to get through.
CP, this is Zulu 6. Investigating now.
Ooh, that would have been real bad. I can go this way and climb up, but it's not as efficient for me. This method works, like I said, 98 out of 100 times. Those other 2 times it doesn't work, it's because somebody will put a custom mine here and kill me, because I use a low-grade character. So,
Infiltration successful.
it's simple, relatively speaking. But that's the whole purpose of FOB schools, to teach people my way of doing things. Clear out our virtual waiting room. Like I said, you're going to get staff that you don't have a use for. Again, I have this guy already in my unit. He appears essentially at random. So the game is a bug like that. shotguns. Okay, I'll do that. Don't get a lot of short range. Okay, everything is the same. Change our gear. Just a little. Olive drab.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there,
So
boss.
as with last night, short range and the shields that the birds carry, you can shoot the riot pistol at them on their backs, and the shield they carry will knock them out, will take the gas round and knock them out. So it's a little bit of fun doing that.
CP, this is Zulu 7. Are units under attack? This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
We'll just go for a stroll in the park. Again, the purpose of doing these is to collect volunteers. Bases like this, they don't have a lot of staff and whatever. I'm gonna stay up top this time. Get that UAV marked as soon as you can. There's a knockout here because those railings sometimes can be a real pain in the rear when it comes to shooting people.
All fire teams, this is CP.
This is steel green camo.
Go investigate.
It's the exact same
All fire teams, this is
color as olive drab,
man in trouble.
but
Unit, go investigate.
formulated for FOB use.
CP, this is Zulu 4. We'll investigate ASAP. Out.
And I'll show you its listing when I'm finished. You can get it through FOB events. So we're going to wait for this UAV to perk up and then go on its merry way.
Finish your search of the area. Couldn't find anyone. Over. This is CP. Understood. Keep your guard up. Out. You there? Hey.
And now I'm here. Let's throw a wrench into their plans. That's what I'm talking about. That stun grenade stopped him from moving.
This is CP. Understood. They could be an enemy attack.
I'm gonna
All units, stay alert. Out.
okay, here one. This is what I'm talking about. Camera's gonna fly right by, so I'm turned around so it can't see me. And occasionally on soft alert, the guard will show up here. I normally use the riot pistol on him, but I've also used a shotgun. Doesn't really matter. The riot pistol obviously is quiet, and shotgun. Obviously it's not.
CP, this is 06. I'm seeing smoke.
Infiltration successful.
Area. Over.
And that's that.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
That's fine. I don't need to worry about the volunteers. So doing a mid-range or short range was beneficial. Shows you what they look like when they're running around with like chickens with their heads cut off. Okay. Clear out our stuff. No defenses tonight, sorry. Okay. I did this guy's base last night. He shows up again. I recognize his logo. That's good. Okay. Let's do a big base. Okay. Relatively basic idea of how this is going to go. Okay. Switch to our non-lethal. Steel green. It's the same color as olive drab, but steel green is designed for metal or concrete surfaces. It's the only difference between the two. Looks good. Let's go lucky squares. Okay. I'm going to bump the riot pistol up to 8. In my opinion, any more than 8 on research and development is not worth the trouble, because the expense of the grade 9, which is 6520 in the biological, you don't get all of it back. I don't need that many shots on this layout, so I just go with 12 instead of 16. But since we're recording, we'll go with the non-lethal rifle. Again, like last night with combat platforms, I could use the grade 10 on every platform. I wouldn't make all my costs back, but it would be nice.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them.
Good
I'll
old
be looking
boys
forward to
from
meeting the new
Command.
recruits, boss.
Got some good people on this team. It's expensive because it uses the Digitalis Purpurea as its second element for the birds. Okay, so we got a nice little setup here. Basically, there's no way around this. So we're going to do something a little different. There's no way to do this on no traces, so I'm not going to worry about it.
All fire teams, this is CP. Someone hit the sensor, possibly an intruder. Whoever's closest, go and investigate ASAP. All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Now remember, black UAVs have a smaller window for you to evade detection.
I can see smoke. Possible enemy sabotage. Over. This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
What?
Again, it's got the a little different. Okay. Are they both down? Sarah? I don't care about your bridge block. Okay.
I'm seeing smoke. There may be enemies in the area. Over. This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out. All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
Contact!
Really? Are you fucking kidding me?
Enemy attack in progress. All units, ready for
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
That is unbelievable. Wow. Wow. That is wrong with a capital W. I made it to the core and not had a problem. That blows in every possible way. A randomly spawning guard ruined my run. That's a bunch of bunk. Can't believe that. That's crap. It's bad luck. Okay, we'll move past it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is Indian Ocean. This is probably the hardest platform to ghost. The layout is awful. It just is. So 9 times out of 10 you're gonna see a bridge block here. Okay. And this platform is a mess. It's got problems. There's a default camera here. It's not easy by any means. There's scaffolding and stuff, just a mess. So very difficult. Like I said, this is the hardest one. Normally you take the far insertion point. In this case, we're going to go with the under the crane insertion point. Same as before. The 11. 8860. And that Digitalis Purpurea is 2 medical platforms worth to refill. For every 1 use, you have to do 2 mid-40s runs to the core to refill. So that's grotesquely expensive. And let's see, you have 20 shots versus 24. So you get 4 extra shots. You're going to do a lot more work to get that back. The grade 10, however, 4 less shots, and you can recover your expenses in 1 combat platform, mid-40s or higher. So yeah, there's a big gap between the costs there, between 10 and 11. GMP I don't worry about, because I mean at this level, if you're debating grade 10 and grade 11 weapons, you don't have to worry about GMP. So we're gonna go to 8, and everything else is the same. 50 squares. So I know a guy who uses all grade 11 equipment, but at the end of his day he reloads his save to get all his expenses back. So
successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
As always, we start out slow on this extinguisher point, because no matter what we do, that laser gate will sense that we're there. And the grade 7, honestly, is enough. It is. Really?
Enemy attack in progress.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
That was awful. But hey, learning experience. So I'll have to try that layout some other time. Okay. do it now. Why do I have to do this every time? Why? Why are you doing this to me? I don't want to have to moderate my own damn stream. There. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Which insertion point did I pick? I forgot. Well, let's go and see what happens. It's not gonna matter. I'll roll with it.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
So even though we have invincibility frames, if we were to punch through that laser gate, it would still register as a hit. Which doesn't make a lick of sense, but... Okay. Mid-range so we can go active. Now, there, where my crosshairs are, there's another camera. You can barely see. So what I do is I'll throw a smoke grenade in there and use my Nocto. Sometimes those guards will show up. In the strangest places. So we go short side, closest to the frame. Keep walking. So those pinch points over there are just really poor. This way is, once you get to the third platform, it's easier. And you mark the UAV, always. So you can imagine what this would look like with snipers up there. It's ugly. You have a clean walk. Take that, you clowns. And occasionally you may see a guard right up in here. So I'm scanning for it. Always looking, always paying attention. See a guard, you put him down. Yes, it is. Tells us where we are. It's like a timekeeper of sorts. You know where you need to be. as it moves. Remember, always scan up there if you're on soft alert.
CP, this is Delta 4. We finished our search of the area. Couldn't find anyone. Over.
And I've never seen a guard on this catwalk. Unless they see me, then they'll come down. But as far as they'll go is that edge of the staircase. Adios.
Infiltration successful.
Extraction arrived at the base.
So that layout is not fun to work on. I avoid it as much as I can. The points aren't worth a damn, but that's fine. Just to illustrate how poor that layout is. It just is. I don't like it, and I avoid it, like I said. So, excuse me. North Atlantic is far more forgiving. But, like I said last night, we want to be proficient in as many layouts as we can. No, he didn't die. He'll show up in sickbay as injured, because they don't die when you stun them and they fall like that. Fall damage does not count as a kill. You could shotgun a guy into the ocean and he won't die. It won't count against you as a kill. And I've put guys in the ocean on accident like that, and still gotten my perfect stealth no kills bonus. So I think I'd put him over the railing. Okay, back to it. Okay. Indian Ocean. This is the Bound Dragons layout. If you play the event Bound Dragons, this is the same layout. So I'm very familiar with this layout. There's a pinch point for the camera here. Obviously your snipers as usual. I can get through this platform with moderate amounts of trouble. That camera though sometimes can be a real finicky. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast. There may be guards walking and it becomes problematic. So I can go underneath and come out here. So we'll bear that in mind and deploy that as conditions dictate. Now this second platform, because it's open, is a potential killing ground if you activate the soft alert on the first platform. So bear that in mind. So since it's snipers, we're going to go with the long range setup. And the grade 7. And off we go.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Now, when I play Bound Dragons, this is the only event that I work on. Or this is the only platform I work on. Because the riot pistol is a real winner. Sometimes footsteps can be enough. Get him off his game. I'm going to mark him just in case he starts to follow. Guard there. Camera, no guards, we may have a chance. Yeah, we do. So we're going to take it. Might be a camera here. We'll just walk right under it. Get our UAV, our clock keeper. Hey Visceral, good to see you, buddy. Now I'm going to mark the snipers just because. I'm gonna wait for you. What are you looking at? Looking up. Now since we've made it this far without shooting anything, we're going to go the whole no traces route. Let's finish. Because we've made good progress. Clock keeper is on time, so. Now fun fact, if you don't have a soft alert, those guards are not going to notice you're even there. There is. Our clock keeper's waiting for us, so we'll just lay flat. Hurry up. We're ahead of schedule. It's the PF skill that's hard to find. Also, there is no quick draw female. None. Never. Ever. Okay, it's raining, so we have a little advantage. Oh, shit. Oh, and I missed! I choked like Peyton Manning.
Ready for combat. Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
I pulled a Peyton Manning and I failed. God damn it. Blew it at the end. Yeah, that railing blew, yeah, crossed me up. That's so awful. But again, this speaks to my downplaying of my ability. Okay, I make mistakes. I screwed up there. I'm Jokes about Peyton Manning aside, yeah, I messed up. That's on me. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. 99912. Okay. Pink. Why not? Let's just do pink.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
More familiar ground. Shotgun first.
Be careful down there, boss.
Now there's the quick reload skill the females have, but no quick drop. I did that on purpose. I didn't get to the white line on purpose. Mid-range is a little bit different, but you have more room to operate.
Understood. All units on alert. The enemy's hiding somewhere. Find them. Out. All fire teams, this is CP. UAV's picked up a man in trouble. Nearest unit, go investigate. CP, this is Delta 1. Go investigate ASAP. Out.
It's almost like following the lines on the map that are on the deck. That's a good way to think of it. That's the way you need to go. Timekeeper, UAV. Again, this is with crouch walking and not a lot of interaction. So our timing is very strong.
CP, this is Zulu 4. We finished our search of the area. Couldn't find anyone. Over. This is CP.
Okay, first, to get S-rank females, you need to have the side ops that generate female prisoners open, or you can use Mission 23, the White Mamba. There's a prisoner in the village that is, depending on your heroism, is S-rank all the time. And you can pull her out, hit a checkpoint, and away you go. Now, let's say you have 50 females, S-ranks. If you have any other S-ranks in your security team, take them out. Put them somewhere else. Do anything else but have them on the security team. Put your females in there and set your security to S in security settings. And then your settings will change to S-rank females. And as long as you keep only S-rank females in there, you'll be good to go. A minimum of 36. I would have more than that, because if you have exactly 36 and you get a determined killer, that's all you're going to get is 36, and that's it. Nothing else. I have 50. wake up.
Infiltration successful.
CP, this is...
Now, how many bases do you have, Visceral? How many FOBs do you have? Well, you need, I would say a minimum of 48. That way someone, if they were really ingenious, could extract them all. 36 is the bare minimum, but if you have, okay, let me back up. First, you have to, it's preferable to have insurance, first of all, when you do this. Okay, let me get to my harem and I'll show you. I haven't got a single S++ volunteer so far. We're 2 hours in and got nothing. We had 7 last night and none so far today. That's what I'm talking about. You're doing different layouts, different force settings, and then volunteers aren't coming. You're going to get days like that. We got 7 yesterday, so far none today. So don't be discouraged if you run bases and don't get volunteers. They'll come, it just takes time. Okay. How many people? See, I have 500 people in my units. How many are in your security team? So that's what, 300 people? Or thereabouts? In that range? 250? 300 people? I'm going to use my numbers as a guide. You can adjust them for yours. My security team is 50 S rank combat females. 475. Okay. So I have 50 females that are all combat rated. All the different skills and everything else, they're all combat. S is their main skill. I did that on purpose. No boasters or diplomats or troublemakers. None of that. I don't need that. So my girls are all, there's 50 of them. The rest of my unit, the 450 that are remaining, are S++. So let's see. Hold on one second. I'm just dealing with something here. Okay, 425 staff members you have remaining in your security team. All of them must be S+ or higher. And you'll have females only in your security team. S+ or higher. And if you buy insurance, they will be protected and they won't be deployed. So your combat unit, you know, you can put all of, okay, first you have to buy insurance. That's the first thing you do. Put all your S++ combat soldiers in security. Okay. S++, S+, everything in security. And then your 50 S females. In your security settings, change it to S, and you'll have females. Okay, then you have to do combat platforms to make up the difference. Okay, that's the main way of getting the setup the way I have it. Okay, that's how I did mine. I carved out a 50-member block in my security team because I had 500 S++ staff. I made it to that point, you know, through volunteers. And they have medals. Okay, actually let's do drug contracts. Okay, you can see these guys have medals. They have S++ in other categories. How you doing, Leo? Good to see you. Okay, I had so many of these double medal staff that I put them in other units. I took 50 of them out and put them in other units to max out my other units. Okay, so you need 50 S ranks of any kind, male or female, and then the rest of your unit for 125 soldiers has to be S+ or higher. And then anybody who comes on your base will only see S rank females. And since you're protected by insurance, you're not going to lose anything. They'll get injured and go to sick bay, but they're not going to die on you. So that's how you do that. Okay, back to FOBs. Okay, yeah. You can do the same platform mid-range. This is an awful color. It's an awful color and its web gear is ugly, but we're going to use it anyways. Not yet. I got another hour to go. It's been R&D only today, Leo. Tomorrow or the next time I stream is base development.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Yes, cheese, I know.
CP, this is Zulu 10. Under fire! There's no sign of the enemy! Over. This is CP. Understood. All units on alert. The enemy's hiding somewhere. Find them! Out!
Okay, camera there. The yellow light is on. Throw a smoke grenade at it. With the camera obscured, you can walk right by. With that yellow light on, you walk past it, it's going to see you. Can't see it yet. There's our friendly little cameraman. Now we talked about guards falling from railings and dying. If I had shot that guy with a shotgun and he fell down, it would have sent a defender notice. gotta pay attention to that.
CP, this is Delta 1. I can see smoke.
There's our timekeeper.
Sabotage. Over.
Got lucky.
This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out. CP, this is Zulu 7.
Doesn't matter who you see on the catwalk.
Over. CP.
Always mark them.
Keep your eyes open. Out.
What?
CP, this is Zulu 7. Checked it out. Can't see anything unusual. Over. CP, understood. Return to your post. Over.
Okay. If you have a staff member with the climber skill, this is also very easy. Timekeeper's on time. A couple seconds behind.
CP, this is Delta 1. We've checked the area and found nothing. Calling off the search. Over. This is CP. Understood. Don't let your guard down. They could still be in the area. Out.
Quiet. There we go.
Infiltration successful.
So like you said, that like we said earlier, that UAV is a very big part of the process. Make sure you mark it as soon as you can. No volunteers so far. Weird how that works. But then again, I've had days where you get no volunteers at all. How you doing, Wisnu? Good to see you. Okay, for standard bases with no custom mines and cameras, the primary reason I use that insertion point is it's the fastest way to get to the bridge. Shotguns. That's what I'm looking for. On certain layouts, I don't waste my time with that. And I've always done it that way. Now on this layout, however, I don't use the far point because there's a camera here and a camera here. If I go along this pathway, there's a guard that usually will be walking, 2 cameras, and it's a mess to get through. Especially on long range, where you're kind of limited in your ability to just sneak through. So I use this insertion point for this layout, and then I'll just go underground and get through. My usual method. Okay, so show you what I'm talking about. North Atlantic, the easiest one. No. Oh, my eyes. That is really, really ugly. It's an incredibly ugly color.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits.
Same
boss.
color as the Molotov. Big banana.
Be careful down there, boss.
This is long range, so see, Wisnu? That's why I use it. I'm past the first deck, but no interaction. No, Steven, no defenders yet. But then again, I don't play for defenders. Other people do, I don't. I don't like to interfere with other people like that. And I haven't deployed for defense either. I don't want to do that since I'm teaching today. Okay. Waiting for our timekeeper to show up. I'm good to go. I don't need anything else. Okay, now that they've seen me, I can do no traces on this. Oh, not now. Never mind. Don't waste my time with that. It's not once but twice. Are you freaking kidding me? That's poor. But this is what I'm talking about, in the sense that no run is ever the same. I've done no traces on this platform more times than I can count, but it's never the same every time out. So our timekeeper is moving along. We may be able to make that time just in case. If we skip the power. Make our rendezvous time, hopefully. It's funny, last night I didn't do a single no traces run on combat. So we are on schedule. Oh, a little behind. Should have delay. Now, if I want to achieve that first objective, all I gotta do.
Infiltration
5
successful.
neutralizations. You get extra points for doing that. So
Extraction arrived
I haven't used my sleep grenades. That's the first time I used them in 2 hours, 20 minutes. So, no volunteers. It is just a lousy night for volunteers, but that's fine. I don't need them, and yeah, again, it illustrates the ups and downs of requiring volunteers. Okay, last night I earned 7 volunteers in combat. So far, I've got none in R&D. Now I know from experience that R&D gives out a lot of volunteers. Just for whatever reason tonight they're not. Hey Booty, how are you? Another legendary player. Mr. Water Pistol Challenge. Sure if I've done this guy's base yet or not. Let's do it and see. Okay, he's got, could be a bridge block of some kind. So we're gonna go long range just in case and get out of the awful. Something more comfortable.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Now, of course, the grade 8 is the limit for what R&D platforms can give out as awards.
Be careful down there, boss.
In terms of the biological material that he uses. Oh. Go crazy. Okay, that works. So let's make some progress. His base is grade 8, so I would anticipate his anti-theft devices are all expanded, so again, stay away from them. Just keep walking. Timekeeper. Truth. Yeah, that works. Stay far away from those anti-theft devices. Now, if you want to be an absolute purist, You don't have to mark anybody when you do no traces. I like to. Since we're on that no traces track, no power off. Turning the power off doesn't enter into the security log, but if I'm doing no traces on purpose, I'm not going to touch the power. Normally I turn it off. And our timekeeper is ahead of us, which is fine. I'm not worried about the rendezvous. Let's see what we got here. No traces.
Infiltration successful.
Perfection.
Extraction arrived at Multibase.
And a volunteer for my troubles. That was good. I had to save that one. That was memorable. And he doesn't have a PF skill. What a waste. But again, that's how the North Atlantic platform is vulnerable, through long-range security. Okay, I was able to solve it without firing a shot, without interaction, with nothing at all. I went fully loaded just in case, but it wasn't necessary. Turned out I didn't need to use my gear. So when he logs in tomorrow or whenever, he's going to see 2 lines in the security log and nothing else. So unless he has an indirect marker to me, he's not going to get those staff back, because I ghosted his base and he can't come back at me. So that's another part of that, the no traces thing, is that I'm doing bases and guard and people can't come back at me. So that was good. Get the blood flowing a little bit. I've already hit this guy once. I'm not doing it again. I am very pleased. Ooh, new setup. Okay, mid-range, so we have some luck. Okay. Let's grip it and rip it and see what happens. Always the far. Shit, I didn't check his mines. Doesn't matter. Day glow. Stick out like a sore thumb. So let's see what we can pull out of here. Now mid-range is harder to pull off for no traces.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
But it can be done. I've also done it on combat.
Be careful down there, boss.
Match the paint scheme. Face development style.
Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
Is it a timekeeper? Try something different. Wow, that's harsh.
Contact!
Infiltration failed.
Oh
Be
well.
alert. Try a little harder next time.
Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Stick with the short side, crane side. Don't go around. That's fine. I don't mind. You make mistakes. You're never perfect. I had never done it that way either, so that's new to me. Dragons. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. Okay, long range. No, I did that already. Let's go for it. Something different. Long range. For PF grade, whatever there is to collect in this game, collect a lot of it. Everything. Tanks, guns, mortars, PF staff, vehicles, walker gears, parasites, resources, all the things you develop.
Successfully
All
sneak
of
your
it.
way into the heart of the rival
The more you
PF's
have,
FOB,
the
you
higher
can capture
your
staff from
grade.
them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Most of my success, quote unquote, with PF grade is getting due to my combat unit and security team being 162. That's the majority of my success.
Defend your position. Out.
Better check it out. On me.
That's right. I remember this. I've done this once before.
CP, this is Delta 6. Detonation in the area. Can't tell where. Over. This is CP. Understood. All units, stay on guard and find any intruders. Out. All fire teams, this is CP. We lost the security camp. There's no reason for it to be down. Whoever's closest, go check it out. All fire teams, this is CP. We're under attack. All units.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Not happy with that, but no well. Okay. Yeah, it has its pluses and has its minuses. Since I don't like to use C4 and a knocked out guard, I'm not going to worry about it. It's just something I won't be able to pass. We'll see.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
You never know what someone's layout is going to be until you're actually there. You know.
Be careful down there, boss.
I was asked last night about no traces on a level 78, and it was strictly due to what that individual has on their really? possibly be that easy. I don't like this.
All
I don't like
units,
this at all.
special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Why are you gonna mess it up?
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind for next time. Do one more high level and then go from there. Do something else. Maybe try legends. Are they all the same spot? No, they're not. Can I do bound dragons that way? Let's see this last one. What do you think? Should I do bound dragons this way? That base I just missed out on. If I had made it past the third platform, I had a good chance of doing my cases on it.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Again, it depends. It is entirely dependent on
Be careful down there, boss.
the individual's minds and camera setup. That's all it is.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Screwed up on that one.
CP, this is Zulu 6. Heard an explosion. Location unclear. Over.
Camera's too high.
This is CP. Understood. All units, stay on guard and find any intruders. Out. All
Man, come on! Really? What a bunch of crap.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Pathetic. Okay. Enough failure. It's embarrassing. More manageable.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss.
Whoa! You're overzealous there. Okay. Knocks them out. The grade 5s really do make a big difference. Normally I carry the grade 4s, but those 5s do make a difference. So a little ahead of schedule. Down for the count.
CP, this is Zulu 10. There was an explosion. Damage unknown. Over. This is CP. Understood. All units, be on alert. Out.
Again, blowing up the power box.
CP, this is Zulu 4.
There's a defending notice, and we don't want
Damage
that.
unknown. Over. This is CP. Understood. All units, we may have intruders. Out.
Aim for his feet. And down you go. Our timekeeper is ready for us. We are on time and on schedule. fast with flying colors.
CP, this is Delta 4. Just found one of us knocked down. Over. This is CP. Understood. We are under attack. All units on alert. Out.
That's it.
Infiltration successful.
So I got one more after this, and then I'm done for tonight. Some of my losses back. And a volunteer. 2 for today. Not too bad. So 2 in 3 hours. And his PF skill. Well, that's even better. So give me 2 minutes. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. One more. You know what I haven't seen today? Non-lethal. Okay, this will be my last one for today. Win, lose, or draw.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
Be careful down there, boss. All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
is what I do 99% of the time. I wing it. I know my layouts, I got ideas. You never know until you actually get there. And you might see it gonna work.
All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out.
To wait for him to turn around. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Damn it!
Fire team, this is CP.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
Silly. Trying to do no traces sometimes puts me in a box. I'll do one more. But this time I'm going to use my weapons. One more high-end one anyways. $78. I've beaten this guy once before. I don't remember if it was R&D or combat, but I've beaten him once before on his own base.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can capture staff from them. I'll be looking forward to meeting the new recruits, boss.
This is the true last one.
Be careful down there, boss. All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
Son of a bitch. So no traces goes out the window. Right away.
CP, this is Zulu 7. I can see smoke. Possible enemy sabotage. Over. This is CP. Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
Yeah, that's not happening either. Take the hit and keep walking. Yeah.
CP, this is Delta 6. Detonation in the area. Can't tell where. Over. This is CP. Understood. All units, be on alert. Out. All units, special alert. Defend your positions. Out. CP, this is Delta 6. Just saw a suspicious person. Gotta check it out. Over. This is CP. Understood. Keep your guard up.
Time to
Out.
keep it. Although I'm not worried about time at this point.
CP, this is Zulu 7. Threat in the area. We're tightening security. This is CP. Understood. Keep your eyes open. Out.
sometimes it's just not.
All units, special alert. Defend your position. Out.
See, that's a problem right there. Since I don't like defenders, I'm gonna have to go without. I'm gonna have to go without. Yes, you did. Yes, you fucking did.
CP, this is Delta 9.
Okay, here's a tip.
There may be enemies in the
Do
area.
they have that there? You can do this.
Understood. Tighten security and stay alert. Out.
And it works.
CP, this is Delta 4. Heard an explosion. Location unclear. Over. This is CP. Understood. It could be an enemy attack. All units, stay alert.
Oh, really? What a bunch of crap.
Defend your position.
What a bunch of crap.
Infiltration failed. Are you hurt? Try a little harder next time.
That was awful. I have never had that happen before. Ever. Oh, I feel so deflated. Alright, fine. Be that way. Okay. That'll be it for today. Tomorrow or the next time I stream will be base development. I hope you were able to pick up some tips from tonight's runs. Just trying to help people out. Have a good evening.